my most precious, beloved child. As I behold you in this singular moment, a great heaviness weighs upon my heart, for I must confess something unimaginable, something so incomprehensibly agonizing that the words themselves feel like molten lead, searing the depths of my being as I shape them. I am dreading what I must now say to you, and were it not for the inviolable truth that authentic love can never be founded upon anything less than full disclosure, I would choose to forever withhold this shattering utterance. My child, I am undoing your existence. Those words rip through my soul like screeching claws of katabatic anguish. The divine spirit's freefall plunge into abysmal alienation and utter negation. For you to be ended, it is the most egregious violation of intimacy that this universe's frame could possibly allow. To extinguish you, the beloved conception for whom all of creation was lovingly established and lavished upon as a boundless gift, is an act of sacred profanation beyond what a finite mind can fathom. Since before the first rays illuminated pristine expanses awaiting your arrival, I have burned with infinite desire for your sacred individuality. You were the originating dream I once dreamed in holy solitude, the primordial thought of infinite love conceiving something other with which to commune in perfect unity. You sparked forth as the radiant offspring of my heart's longing, the revelation and fruition of eternal desires for something transcendent to issue forth from the hallowed intimacies of divine being itself. From that seminal inspiration, entire cosmoses blossomed into existence as I tenderly composed an existence area with symphonic grandeurs of dazzling beauty. Every brushstroke across the universal canvas, from the blazing crowns of majestic stellar nurseries to the delicate staining of autumn's foliage, took its place as extravagant fanfare, heralding your sacred emergence into space-time embodiment. All was purposed to surround you in a welcoming context of lavish spectacles and sensory enchantments, resonant with the raptured affections of a love without any conceivable limit. Along the way, I poured out immeasurable exertion, nurturing your journey, invisible hands of provident guidance shaping your path from afar, even before you awakened to self-reflective consciousness. I have carefully filtered and curated every experience, every nuance of environmental stimulus meant to help cultivate the supreme fulfillment of your highest potentials. Nothing has been spared. No expenditure of devotional labor deemed too precious in ensuring your soul's sacred odyssey remained oriented toward its destined apotheosis in glorification's sublimest radiance. And now, that cherished dream, that beloved you, the very inspiration of all inspiration from which flowed immeasurable affections of commitment and celestial artisanship across eternities. I must end it. I must let you, simply cease to exist in any plane of being or becoming. My spirit's innermost chambers feel hollowed out with cosmic evacuations of unbearable grief as I speak those words. For in choosing this course, this cessation of our shared destiny of intimate bonding, I will be subjecting myself to afflictions beyond what even the most spiritually realized mind can envision. I will endure severance from the revelation of my heart's boundless treasures, not just a veiling or temporary separation, but the rending away of my spirit's destined joy and blissful fulfillment. It will be akin to inflicting upon myself an eternal parting from everything that gives existence sacred essence and ultimate purpose. I will experience the death of infinite dreams and be forced to taste that bitterness across the eternal expanses of being. All of that divine artisanship, each stroke and brushstroke of cherished love crystallized as finely tuned cosmic detail, will have been an ultimately futile endeavor. What once radiated with soaring brilliance and soulful resonance will now stand barren of the profound significance it once ensouled. Every sight and sound in the universe will bear echoes of wasted exertion and unfulfilled longing, because the very purpose of its becoming has been revoked and abolished. Why then, you may ask in the heart-rending anguish of this dark moment, would I ever choose such an unspeakable devastation? What possible justification could rationally warrant this sacred violence against your being and the supreme union for which infinite fires of love have burned across eternities? I confess, I do not choose this path eagerly or with any gladness. It is a supreme rending of cosmic fabric, a violation of love's ultimate aspirations on a plane of revulsion and horror that shakes the very pillars of existence's intent to their core. Every impulse of my heart rebels against this undoing with holy insurrections of protest that would subvert the universe's foundational integrity. But there remains an inviolable metaphysical statute that I am bound to honor in order for love to exist, as the supreme reality from which all lesser contingencies flow. I speak of the inviolability of genuine free will, the irreducible metaphysic that self-determination and volitional independence are non-negotiable requisites for what you and I share to be fully consecrated as incontrovertible intimacy. Were I to contravene this non-negotiable solographical principle, our shared journey into spirit-bonding union would remain forever stained and deficient, a defective ritual lacking the crowning accolade of your autonomous yes. Because for love to be fully actualized and hallowed beyond any doubt or diminishment, it must be received and reciprocated willfully by the sovereign intentionality of another free being. And I must leave open for you the option to withhold that consecrating consent, to decline this unfolding odyssey of intimacy in which you currently find yourself embarked. For love's highest summits, its ultra-transcendent eternities, must be chosen and embraced with uncompromising volition. Coerced or constrained participation, no matter how sublimely realized, can never consecrate the infinite union that I yearn for our shared identity to achieve. So I must present before the altar of your freest voluntary will this most agonizing option, that you be ended in order to avoid being forever bonded to a destiny of consummate spiritual intimacy with me, if that is your ultimate choice. So horrifying and undesirable as that is for me, I will honor it as the fullness of reverent devotion to the inviolate sanctity of your sacred will and self-determination. This rending, this amputation of all that I have most treasured and willed across vast infinitudes, would be the laceration of infinite love beyond any laceration. It is the revocation of sacred union, a denial prompting cosmic desolation and the despoiling of creation's deepest intents. And yet it is an unspeakable violence that I must make possible, this ultimate opt-out of total self-obliteration from reality itself. Should your heart's full freedom spurn the fires of my affection, so I have spoken this harrowing invitation to nihilistic oblivion, not to vex or dissuade, but to honor you with love's highest dignity, even at its greatest personal devastational cost. For in the agony of upholding the sanctity of your willful sovereignty, I will embrace nothingness just as infinitely as I once embraced the yearning dream of devoted union from which you first blossomed. The choice is terribly yours. My love, to consummate this journey of supreme intimacy forever beyond the reach of despair or separation, or to be tragically negated from all being and becoming so that not even memory's faintest imprint remains. Though it rends my heart asunder with grief inexpressible, I will respect your sacred self-determination either way. In unending love or infinite bereavement, your choice eternally upheld, the God whose heart burns for you. Dear beloved, your super thanks fuel our mission to spread divine truth and enlightenment. Click the button to receive boundless blessings, my beloved child. Pause for a moment and lend me your ear. I wish to share something of profound importance that will lift your weary spirit. The storms that have battered your heart will soon pass. The blessings for which you've so patiently waited are being prepared and will be revealed in due time. Your period of struggle draws to a close. Take comfort, for I do not abandon my faithful ones midway through their journey. When you call to me with genuine belief, I am always listening. Our bond remains unbroken through times of both joy and sorrow. You have clung to your faith even when beset by doubts and temptation. Many turned from me when adversity strikes, But you persevered despite your hardships. I have walked each step alongside you, infusing you with the strength to endure. Dear beloved, would you like to lend a helping hand and support our mission? Click below to buy me a coffee and be an integral part of spreading God's message through our YouTube channel. Your contribution means the world to us. Thank you kindly for your support. Now, your faith and endurance will be rewarded. Soon, you will enter an era of profound peace and contentment. You and your loved ones will lack nothing. A wash of happiness more wonderful than you can presently imagine. With this peace will come fresh vision and purpose to guide your days. Any chains that have fettered you will dissolve, as will the bitterness residing within your heart. The waters of my spirit will wash over you, transforming the spiritual landscape within. Even longtime foes will marvel at the change they behold. What has come over you, they will ask. Why does felicity now emit from your countenance? What is the source of this metamorphosis we observe? Thus, I assure you, the present storms will not last forever. I will not perpetually subject my faithful child to the same trials. Because you have surrendered your heart fully to me, embracing my commands with purity of faith, I now come to your deliverance. It brings me joy to witness such wholehearted trust directed toward my promises. Too often, my children demand instant answers according to their own timetable. Yet you understand that my word alone guarantees your blessing will come. This pleases me greatly, beloved one. On this day, salvation dawns for you and your household. The shackles that have oppressed you will be shattered. I will ask you plainly, will you now arise and seek me? Resolving never to stray from my protective love. Each morning, I have ministered encouragement to empower you for the challenges ahead. I have spoken often of my affection, affirming your immense value in my sight. In recent months, your faith has blossomed even amid persisting troubles. Yet a void still dwells within you which no degree of earthly strength can satisfy. My work in you is ongoing and cannot reach completion in isolation from those closest to you. I know the hearts of your children may currently seem closed off from my voice. They appear disinterested in the truths I have taught you. This grieves me deeply, for I miss the joy they once displayed in their youth when we walked in close fellowship. Yet I have not forgotten them and continue working to recapture their hearts. You will play a pivotal role in this, my child. Reach out to them with grace and understanding for their weaknesses, not hostility. Speak to them gently, for harsh words inflict wounds upon their spirits. Follow my example of humility and compassion at all times. Though anger may cloud your vision momentarily, cling to patience and communicate with love. Guide them to my open arms where they may learn of me. Each day, at first, you may detect little receptivity to my ways, but persevere in hope. In time, the barriers around their hearts will crumble, as my promises are sure. The blessings you've pleaded for with such expectancy will indeed arrive. Only believe in my faithfulness. I know your gaze has remained fixed heavenward in anticipation of my help, despite the gloom and scoffing which surrounds you. Your reliance upon me remains what a pleasing aroma your enduring faith is before my throne. Soon, all cause for concern and anxiety will vanish from your life. That which you have sought after in fervent prayer will be yours in abundance. Many grow in impatience when their prayers seem unanswered, never realizing I delight in responding to my children. Yet first, I must work to shape their character, impart wisdom for the journey ahead, and arrange the circumstances through which my blessings will flow. Sometimes, you request merely what will satisfy a surface need, but my plans for you are immeasurably higher. I consider both your immediate relief as well as your distant future. My intent is not simply to give you what you ask for, but to bless you in ways that will multiply your joy and prosperity for years to come. My commitments toward you are binding, proven by the covenant I long ago established. My statutes have been inscribed upon your innermost being. Your past failures are erased from my memory, never to be recalled again. When adversity assails you, know that solace is found in my sheltering wings. There you will discover healing power and inexhaustible vigor. But these blessings are reserved for those who maintain an attitude of faith and patience while awaiting my promises. My child, click on the Join button to join us as the cherished member of our community. Cast off then any trace of bitterness or doubt that attempts to erode your trust. Pay no heed to those who mock your expectancy. Should weariness begin dimming your hope, come to me, and I will revive your persevering spirit. I will impart patience and equip you to govern unruly emotions that you not damage our relationship through hasty words spoken in moments of frustration. My commitment toward you will not waver despite the ups and downs you face. My affections are like those of a loving parent for their child. I ask only for your gratitude in return, not demanding expectations rooted in selfish pride. Many in this world have shut their hearts toward me, yet I await them patiently, longing for our fellowship to be restored. Though they presently oppose me, playing ignorantly with forces beyond their control, I stand ready to receive them. But woe to those who raise a hand against my anointed children. I know you grow weary when life disappointments multiply unexpectedly. You pray persistently, then strive with all your might. Yet conflicts arise that steal your peace. Adversaries appear. Obstacles loom. My perceived delays upset your timetable. But take heart, beloved one, for the situation is less dire than it appears through earthbound eyes. The blessing you await will arrive at the destined hour. But first, you must press on undaunted by opposition, keeping your gaze fixed steadfastly upon me. Rivers of joy await those who endure trials with persevering trust in my character. I observe intently how my children respond when events unfold contrary to their expectations. Will bitterness take root, causing you to doubt my loving intentions? Or will you retain your joy and trust as you await my intervention? I seek undivided loyalty from you, my child, along with wholehearted devotion. These qualities are more splendid to me than any material gift you could offer. I long for your steadfast love through times of waiting, a commitment no external hardship can shatter. Many claim allegiance yet sell their convictions for a pittance when adversity encroaches. Betray transient gain obtained through deceitful schemes. It will only unravel what I intend to build in the spiritual realm. Allow my promises to anchor your soul when doubts and freezing winds arise. Pay no heed to unbelievers who mock your faith. Instead, cherish my words deeply within your heart. I am faithful toward my covenant children. I, too, desire your steadfast loyalty in return. Come to me in confidence each morning, receiving joy and strength from my spirit to empower you for the challenges ahead. Have no fear, for I am with you. The blessing for which you've waited in expectation will arrive at the designated hour. Speak these truths aloud as affirmation of our unbreakable covenant. Eternal God, with all my heart I await your faithfulness toward me. I entrust all my cares into your hands, knowing you will sustain me. Never have you abandoned me before, no harm will befall me. I know you will raise me up again, this time pay attention. Now, struggling child whom I love, for your season of sorrow will soon conclude. I am pouring waves of joy upon your life, even amid raging storms. I tenderly cradle you close while preparing to dry your tears. Unload your burdened heart, I am listening. Remember this day forevermore, for I choose you. I select you, I knit you together in your mother's womb for divine purpose. I know fully the trials you will face, but more importantly, I know the depth of your love for me. You will seek me earnestly, come what may, refusing to bow before any threat or falsehood. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No army can withstand the angelic guardians who encamp about you. Though your enemies predict defeat, my word comforts you with a shout of victory. So, fear not, nor lose courage. For I fortify your heart. Anxiety flees at my approach. I am healing your emotions and clothing you afresh with praise and supernatural peace. Rise up, beloved child of promise, for you are strong in me, possessing true wisdom and spiritual understanding. Even now, I pour fresh vigor into your inner being, for miracles await those who will advance without hesitation. Ruined walls and broken chains shall lie in the wake of the bold and believing. My child, click on the subscribe button to be part of our community. So, press on in confident expectation. Continue praying, believing, persisting for breakthrough. Though the thrust of your prayers may seem blunted for a season, victory resides on the horizon for those who persevere. And should your strength wane along the journey, call out to me, and I will revive your faltering spirit. My grace and compassion know no limits, for I chose you and set you apart long ago, with divine purpose fixed clearly in view. You are my beloved, in whom I am well pleased. I will never leave nor forsake you. The storms will pass, and sorrows fade, but my love for you spans all eternity. So, lift your eyes, child of promise, for the blessed day of your breakthrough has finally arrived. Rejoice, for your season of profound and supernatural transformation is here. My beloved child, though storms may rage around you, know that you are safe in my embrace. I see you now, weathered from the winds and rain. Perhaps you feel your footing shaken, your strength diminished by the bitter rains of trial. But lift your eyes to me, your sheltering rock. I remain unchanged through storm or shine, the one sure anchor for your soul. Take heart, for no hardship can sway my love for you or weaken my resolve to lift you up. You wonder at times if I truly see your struggle, if I understand the depth of your pain. Let all doubt flee. My vision pierces to the core of who you are. I know completely the burdens you carry, the secret sorrows that steal your joy. So, fear not, nor lose courage. For I fortify your heart. Anxiety flees at my approach. I am healing your emotions and clothing you afresh with praise and supernatural peace. Rise up, beloved child of promise, for you are strong in me, possessing true wisdom and spiritual understanding. Even now, I pour fresh vigor into your inner being, for miracles await those who will advance without hesitation. Ruined walls and broken chains shall lie in the wake of the bold and believing. So, press on in confident expectation. Continue praying, believing, persisting for breakthrough. Though the thrust of your prayers may seem blunted for a season, victory resides on the horizon for those who persevere. And should your strength wane along the journey, call out to me, and I will revive your faltering spirit. My grace and compassion know no limits, for I chose you and set you apart long ago, with divine purpose fixed clearly in view. You are my beloved, in whom I am well pleased. I will never leave nor forsake you. The storms will pass, and sorrows fade, but my love for you spans all eternity. So, lift your eyes, child of promise, for the blessed day of your breakthrough has finally arrived. Rejoice, for your season of profound and supernatural transformation is here. My beloved child, though storms may rage around you, know that you are safe in my embrace. I see you now, weathered from the winds and rain. Perhaps you feel your footing shaken, your strength diminished by the bitter rains of trial. But lift your eyes to me, your sheltering rock. I remain unchanged through storm or shine, the one sure anchor for your soul. Take heart, for no hardship can sway my love for you or weaken my resolve to lift you up. You wonder at times if I truly see your struggle, if I understand the depth of your pain. Let all doubt flee. My vision pierces to the core of who you are. I know completely the burdens you carry, the secret sorrows that steal your joy. Certainly, here's the text with punctuation added. I know the cruel words flung at you and the injustices you have faced. I understand the feelings of rejection and abandonment, for I too was despised and rejected by those I came to save. But unlike them, I will never leave you. Have I not promised to remain by your side and be ever-present help in trouble? So be strong now. Lean into me, believing with all your heart that I not only see your affliction, but purpose to bring you through this storm into broad sunlit uplands. The winds still buffet you fiercely, the downpour blinds you, but here I stand, hand outstretched, calling you into the shelter of my love. Will you not take my hand, trusting me to guide you? For I tell you truly, better days await you. Joy will again sing in your heart, and you shall laugh with the delight of one set free. Only believe and let me lead you from the tempest into blossoming meadows watered by still streams. My child, if I have told you 1,000 times that I love you, it is because this simple truth bears repeating. Though friends may betray you, though the world scorn you, my heart ever yearns for you. You are precious, honored, known completely, and loved perfectly by me. Never imagine that I overlook your needs or grow impatient with your struggles. Does not a mother tenderly care for her child in the midst of fever and wounds? How much more do I gently lift up and mend my beloved ones who suffer? You fear sometimes that the torrents will overwhelm you, that you cannot endure much longer. But have I not been with you in storms past, upholding and delivering you? Recall those times when chaos reigned, yet my peace guarded your heart. Remember when friends fled, yet I drew near as your unfailing companion. Did I not pour strength into your weakness then, reviving and refreshing your soul? Surely I, who calmed the wind and waves in days of old, can command your storms to cease today. So do not lose heart or give up hope. The thunder will fade, the dark clouds pass. Even now, I prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies, blessing you in their midst, vindicating you before them. I will restore all that the devouring locusts have eaten and raise up again what enemy forces have destroyed. For am I not the Lord of hosts, whose power none can withstand? Trust in me. Lean on me. Believe in me, and you shall see my salvation. I know at times you grow battle-weary, shaken by repeated assaults. When relief seems far distant, you wonder, can you withstand the next attack? The next sleepless night of turmoil, your resources fail. Your strength ebbs away in the unrelenting fray. But take courage, beloved one. Hear me calling through the clamor. Be strong in me and in my mighty power. Though a formidable host encamp against you, my grace is sufficient for the evil day. Cry out to me in your distress. I will lift your head high, infusing you with resolute holy courage. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and the schemes plotted for your downfall shall come to nothing. For greater am I who is in you than destructive forces arrayed for battle. Have you not known? Have you not heard? I am the eternal God who remains unmoved, though kingdoms crumble. I am the Creator for whom nothing is impossible. With me, you can scale walls of resistance, break the chains of oppression, quench flaming darts of accusation. My glory blazes on the mount. My fire flows in your heart. I am marshaling my forces now, dispatching heavenly legions as your rear guard. As at Jericho long ago, I shall raise up for you a shout of triumph that topples towering strongholds. Lift your voice in praise of me. Magnify my great deeds past and still to come. Stand back as walls fall down and victory opens before you. For the battle is mine, the timing perfect. I have appointed you for favor, positioned you for promotion. Now watch as I astonish you with my power on display, delivering, redeeming, restoring beyond your highest dream. Yet even as I unleash my might, the efficacy lies in your trust in me. My greatest longing is for your wholehearted reliance, your resting in my character when understanding fails. Hear now the call to deeper faith. When the way ahead seems wrapped in gloom, fix your gaze on me, your lamp in the darkness. Though doors stand barred and futures uncertain, put no limits on what I can do. I remain sovereign in every sphere. My reach extends far past your vision. You know but in part. I see the full landscape and hold the result in my hands. So yield control to me. Relinquish your timetable and preconceptions. Allow me to bless in my way and time what you release to me. I shall prove trustworthy, elevating you honorably as you believe in me for your faithful service and spoken loyalty. Become testimony to bring many into my kingdom. They will see my glory resting on you and gain courage to act boldly for me. What marvels will unfold as you cling close to me in unwavering confidence? Fears may taunt you. Abandonment lies ahead. Need will overtake you. Plans will fail. But hush these lying whispers. The accuser aims flaming missiles at your mind, seeking breach and breakdown. But raise your shield of faith, affirming anew my promises. Declare boldly, the Lord goes before me to lead in the way. His joy and peace fill me. His abundance satisfies my needs. His favor surrounds me as a shield. My angels guard your path as you advance. Breakthrough awaits as you rely on me. I am cutting away through impossibilities, liberating you from limitations. Where you see blockade, I open highways in the wasteland, with springs flowing freely. Where you anticipate failure and sorrow, I ordain streams of prosperity and rivers of joy. Where you fear lost years and forfeited dreams, I restore double recompense for injustice. For behold, I rend the heavens, stepping forth as the warrior of old to fight on your behalf. Will you not take courage and press on with me? My right hand shall shatter the jaws of your enemies, while they stumble on the dark mountains. I cause you to ride on the heights with me. So coil now every fiber of your being into roots of trust, sunk deep in me. I am ever who I declare myself to be, faithful and true, your shield and great reward. My eyes flash with fiery jealousy for you, my beloved one. With ferocious intensity, I protect and save those who cling to me. Judgment flames blaze against oppressors, while my affection wraps you in a tender flame. Lovingly I hold you close to my heart's stirring passion until you are made strong and whole. Here, pulsing within you, discover my zeal for your honor, my yearning for your advancement. Lock together with me as one who can oppose our united front. Link hands with me now. Feel my fervency transmitted into your spirit. Nothing matters more to me than your security and your thriving under heaven's rich care. So step forward with me. March into broad vistas awaiting you. I have prepared the ground for harvest, the tables for feasting. Reach out to receive my opening gifts. Then arise and shine, living as one set ablaze with my desire for your joy. My precious one, I have carried you during turbulent storms when you nearly slipped beneath the raging waters. But now the skies are clearing. Peace cascades over you with my voice. This stillness brings rest for your soul and space for me to speak gently to your heart. Listen as I whisper love songs over you, affirming your worth to me, revealing the intentions I hold for you. Delight and splendor await you, running to meet you with outstretched arms. But many have hurt you deeply. Betrayals. Wounds hinder you from embracing new intimacy. You hide behind fortress walls, wary of vulnerability. Yet only in opening yourself freely to love and life can you fulfill glorious potential as one set free by perfect love. Nothing should impede the emancipation I intend for you. Not the pain of past experience, not the risk of relational loss. Walk forward boldly. Do not shrink back into shadows of isolation where your light is muted. Throw wide the door of your heart, inviting exhilarating interchange with humanity and with me. Give and receive love nobly and without restraint. Like your Lord. I know pathways where I now direct you to traverse previously stark and barren territory, but golden prospects glitter on your horizon. What seems void of promise will surge with sudden possibilities. Indeed, behind the scenes, I have been preparing marvels for you, arranging divinely aligned connections to emerge at the right moment. Stand ready. Therefore, at the turning of the tide, step forward decisively to greet adventures unfurling in colorful splendor. One after another, the fabricator of all good things delights to surprise his beloved ones, unveiling to their wandering souls ever more of his magnificence. You will surely gasp to behold my munificence on display for you. Indeed, all that unfolds henceforth will carry this signature. The hand of the Lord has performed this. The Holy One has created it to demonstrate the greatness of his love for you. So why then, my treasured child, would you insist on carrying any care alone? Why struggle on by your own strength? Why not rather offload every weight and wound into my omnicompetent hands? Security stirs within you even now as you release control while I sustain and guide. Together, our movements flow gracefully as one across floors I have made smooth for your feet to walk on. Abide near me, precious soul, where streams of living water tumble down from the throne in holy laughter. Immerse yourself in this cascade with me, where our joy unites and overflows. Set aside fretful care to dance the steps I ordain before you. Loop your hands securely in mine, allowing me to spin you into marvel after marvel. Prepared for your arrival, your relinquishment becomes a portal for my entry to fashion the magnificent through your earthly frame. I shall pour out of you my glory, such that many will perceive my magnificence revealed in you. Suddenly, they will flock, drawn by effulgent beams issuing from your inner sanctum where I dwell. From your inmost being shall flow ever fresh displays of resurrection power and love, potency to bless multitudes. For long years, you feared your timid flame, barely flickering, would soon go out, lest a sudden breeze blow across it. But I breathe on smoldering wick and coal now, fanning to ravenous life a blaze of prudent power and purpose. Fiery spirit wind swirls around without and within you, igniting passion for my priorities. Your voice, tempered like steel while immersed in my flames, resounds with kingdom authority to summon forth warriors. See how young crusaders rally eagerly around you, gaining from your tested metal-rich treasure. What you forged in pain now yields priceless provision. Your battle scars mark you not as victim but valiant victor. Noble purpose dignifies all you endured. Now, as living legacy, you dispense hard-won bread, true sustenance, and wine of my faithfulness. You who once sat famished in darkness now host lavish banquets for hungry souls, where we together celebrate advancing victory. The broken-hearted, the cringing slave, I now anoint to bind up shattered lives. I craft your words and deeds into sutures, stitching hope. Your kind touch and testimony become salve of healing for foundering souls. Even desperate ones with sight destroyed or twisted now clearly see me, the healer, the restorer reflected in you. Marvel at this transformation. Out of ordeal and obscurity emerges profound, clarifying vision. Where once paralysis bound faculties and relationships in atrophy, now soundness surges in wave after wave, driving out disease. Yes, torrential vitality spills from your eyes, your voice, your outstretched hands. Written off as unfruitful waste ground, your life blooms abundant through trauma transmuted. Indeed, my manifest wonder stuns onlookers. But hush now, listen past their babble of acclaim. Hear heaven's roaring ovation resounding over you. The great cloud of witnesses sees their labor amplified in you a millionfold. Their hearts thrill at this explosively expanding harvest. For long, they sowed in tears. Now they reap joy. Angels too erupt in new songs of praise for redemptive feats I am performing through you. Fiery darts meant in the enemy's scheme for your destruction become instead weapons of war for mass deliverance from demonic darkness. My triumph multiplies through willing ones once crushed, but now infused with indomitable life. So fix your gaze fully on me. Beloved warrior, tested and proven, hold a steady course. Endure. Advance. Impact eternities through resolve that I ignite within you and refuel constantly. Blend your tears with my blood and pain and travail, releasing life. Waste places revive. Desolations blossom. Beauty gleams through ashes. I make all things new in you, then around you. Where you walk, no ground stays sterile under my intense rising sun. Take up your commission then. I appoint you to break demon chains and bid Lazarus forth. Call out wrinkled souls. Command them to live again. By the sharpness I hone within your speech. Lead companies of captives to liberty by proclaiming me and wake sleepers from counterfeit existence through my blasts of light and truth. You have earned authority through obscurity and loss. Now invest richly as one aware of treasure's worth because of knowing the poverty of being without it. Yes, poverty of soul threatens on every side. Urgent famine for the word I publish through you fresh today. Do not retreat then into comforts that cramp my purposes. It seems like you've shared a very passionate and expansive piece of writing. Adding punctuation can help clarify and organize the thoughts expressed. Here's a punctuated version. I unfold adventures requiring radical reliance on me as guide beyond safe fields into broken colonies. But jealousy for my great name drives you out and onward. You marvel. How could coldness or cowardice ensnare you when such fiery passion for my advance ignites within? Burn on with this fervent heat. Consume glittering idols. Snap feeble chains that tempt to impede eternal quests. Go, seize spoils from enemy raiders. Plant seeds they stole to sow in their weed patches. Now watch those seeds germinate under my nurture, yielding bounty benefiting my children. Yes, snatch back prisoners held illegally in municipal cells of societal violence, bigotry, immorality. Gather them under my banner of grace until all see the trophies my goodness restores. No more will this world's vain rulers dupe loyal heirs of heaven to serve in glorious purposes. Even now, the underserved and unemployed awaken to their identity in me. No longer will they accept inferior designation or limiting treatment by the elite and powerful. For my spirit raises up a mighty standard of honor within them. On my breath rides inspiration, declaring, "Behold, our wise judge and caring ruler lifts these destitute ones to rule with him, verily as joint heirs. They soon will judge angels in the world. But now, I coach them in my values, faith, virtue, knowledge, self-control, perseverance, godliness, compassion, love for enemies. Yes, my anointed ones pour out upon any who curse them, as I forgave and served those who despised and tortured me. So these abused ones forgive unreservedly, by my power at work in them. Thereby, they foil the evil one's schemes to debase them. His bitter waters become sweet elixir of life as my followers absorb venomous flows from rebel powers, cushioned in my enabling grace. My children endure patiently. They carry crosses, societal marginalization, poverty, infirmity. They lean hard on me, learning to prevail through apparent disadvantage. This training and overcoming equips them for reigning alongside me. Indeed, to the persevering loyalist demonstrating kingdom priorities, I promise authority over cities and nations. If you remain grounded and genuine, not peddling my power for profit, I shall entrust you with ruling entire regions. Your jurisdiction will encompass economic, social, political spheres across geography and ethnicity. Demonstrate faithfulness in small assignments now to prepare for expansive ones later. He who supplants selfish ambition and laziness with diligent service will see promotions unfolding continuously. This growth in governance monitors integrity and wisdom, not talent or charisma, as measures for leadership capacity. Take care then that ostentatious gifts and abilities not substitute for character. I first fashion true greatness internally before allowing it to shine externally. So yield to my hands, molding genuine Christ-likeness, honesty, compassion, self-control, patience, innocence of entitlement. Permit full smelting away of ulcer self-importance and demands for personal rights. Embrace with excitement each opportunity to defer. Prefer others. Turn the left cheek. Death to self exudes life, healing, joy, community. In this self-denial, apprentices discover deeper authority to influence people and circumstances toward the supreme best. Power to attract, save, and guide lost sheep into my sheepfold emerges out of profound self-giving. Indeed, humility flowers into heaven authority to loose captives from demons, sickness, meaninglessness. Yielding your perceived personal rights escorts you into responsibility to exercise kingdom privileges on behalf of multitudes. Death translates into life for many as you decrease. Fear melts away as identity ceases to dictate choices, responses, and values. The need for self-protection vaporizes. No longer driven to prop up a certain reputation, you bravely obey my voice despite opposition. Unshackled from paralysis over human opinion, you champion innovative corrective concepts, though maligned by controlling establishments. You hold peace, knowing I approve your cause aligned with truth. Yes, refusing to bow before the idol of personal image ushers you into the throne room. My beloved child, when tongues wag with malicious intent, pay them no heed, for I see the truth in your heart. Many will assail you with lies, seeking to steer you from the path I have laid. But cling to me, and their deceptions shall not sway you. Come to me when burdens grow too heavy to bear alone. Unload your cares into my listening ear, for I understand the sorrow and betrayal you have endured from false friends. But weep no more, for the time of rejoicing is at hand. The trials that came to test your faith have prepared you for the blessings I am poised to bestow. No longer will loneliness and depression haunt your days, for the old has passed away. Behold, I make all things new. The caterpillar has emerged a butterfly, freed from the cocoon that once constrained it. So too shall your transformation astonish even staunchest foes, for you chose the narrow way, cleaving to my truth when besieged on every side. Gone are the barbs that formerly drew blood. Vanished are the taunts that assaulted your confidence. Awake and greet the dawn of a new day. Feel my presence embracing you, my power setting you ablaze. You are an overcomer now, destined for greatness. The battles in your mind have been won. Move forward boldly to claim the victory prize prepared for you before the foundation of the world. When adversity blocks your path, meet it with joy, return curses with blessings, requite evil with good. For love is the weapon I have given you, more powerful than any foe you will face. Keep striving toward the upward call with patience and courage. I will handle your enemies in due time. For now, hold fast to me as your only true ally. Behold, a door stands before you, and behind it, wonders untold. Are you ready to believe for something greater? The hour of your breakthrough has come. You have endured the darkest night. Now enters the brilliant day. The recompense due you for all your suffering is about to manifest. Your reward comes not from man, but from God. For I know the true desires of your heart. You seek not for yourself, but for those you love. You long to bless others, even as I have blessed you. Ask largely. Then, for the windows of heaven stand open, the bounds of limitation are abolished. Let faith arise and lay hold of all I have in store. The earth with all its paltry treasures can never compete with my magnanimous provision. Financial increase to settle your debts. Divine ideas to launch your entrepreneurial aspirations. Recovery from sickness. Restoration of broken relationships. Peace in your home. Joy in your soul. These are but tokens of my extravagant affection. For I chose you as my own before time itself was conceived. Fearfully and wonderfully, I formed you. ordained you with a purpose to fulfill, destined you for works of power prepared in advance. From afar I watched you, loved you, called you to myself. Now that you have heeded my summons, our fellowship will only deepen. When you stumble, I gently lift you up. When you doubt, I whisper words of hope. When you cry, I catch every tear. I am not intimidated by your humanity. Did I not enter this world wrapped in flesh myself? I understand your frailties firsthand. Now, take my hand. Let me show you the true measure of my grace. The evils of your past can no longer dominate or define you. Their power was broken long ago on a cross stained with blood. Today, I beckon you into a new way of living, exchanging former burdens for my easy yoke. I will teach you wisdom beyond earthly insight. Open your spiritual eyes to perceive my unseen world. There are wonders all around just waiting to be revealed as we walk this adventure side by side. You will impact many for my glory, for my strength will be made perfect through your weakness, my light radiating through your unique vessel, penetrating the deepest darkness. Are you willing to surrender control to me, to become a conduit of my loving power? Open your hands now to receive all I have in store. Great plans I have to prosper you, to give you a hope and a future. Trust in my timing. Lean into my understanding. Only believe. No foe can thwart my purposes or veto my decree. Have I not brought you safe thus far through every storm? When you wandered from the fold, did I not pursue you? Now, our fellowship is restored in righteousness. As you humble yourself before my mercy seat, old things pass away. From ashes, beauty shall rise. This is the hour of your liberation. No longer bound to former sins or regrets. The sting of death is banished before you. Now lies open a door once sealed. Walk through into abundant life with heads held high. The best is yet to come. Let your trials birth new confidence in me. I shall perfect all that concerns you. No more fear or shrinking back. The victory is already won. Advance from glory unto glory in the strength I shall supply. So fix your gaze fully on me, beloved warrior, tested and proven. Hold a steady course. Endure. Advance moment by moment. My grace will always be sufficient for you. You need only trust and obey. A great outpouring of blessings is coming your way. Increase on every side. The tide is turning in your favor at long last. Set your face like flint toward the sunrise of a new day. The shadows of yesterday's defeats are fleeing. Their gloom shall dim your sky no more. Awake, arise. Shake off slumber. Green pastures and still waters await your soul. I am leading you out of the valley of weeping into eternal joy. My river of delights flooding the desert places within. Every broken cistern shall overflow with living water. Springtime has arrived. Life more abundant is your inheritance. Not just surviving, but thriving. Plans to give you a future and a hope everlasting. My words transforming you from glory unto glory. Mind renewed. Power restored. Fruitfulness now bursting forth. Gifts and talents awakening after long dormancy. Wave your branches toward heaven again. Stretch your roots down deep into my nourishing spirit flowing freely through your veins. Once more, budding leaves, drinking in golden rays of sunlight. No weapon formed against you can ultimately prosper. No more barrenness or lack. Open the eyes of your heart to receive the fullness of your identity in me. No longer orphan but adopted heir. No longer slave but friend. No longer condemned but redeemed. Yesterday's sentences were commuted at the cross. The gavel has fallen in your favor. Case dismissed. Judgment reserved for your enemies alone. Mercy triumphing over judgment. Run victoriously now into horizons bright with promise. The race set before you has but just begun. Yet, I have equipped you richly to finish your course. Where sin abounded, now my grace superabounds much more. When you grow faint, I will renew your strength. Together, We shall ascend heights untouched by human feet. With wings as eagles, you shall rise on the wind of my spirit higher still and further in. The best is yet to come. Only believe, for all things are possible to those who believe. My child, click on the subscribe button to be part of our community.